back out here in the shop. So with all the other stuff that I got going on, what I got going on with the car right now is the car ride and everything. Just like I showed y'all, the car is riding, but unfortunately it keep fouling out the spark plugs. It keep fouling the plugs out, and what I got, of course, is gonna be in the tune. So what I came up with is the air and fuel mixture is not correct, because if it was correct, then I wouldn't smell fumes. I smell like gas coming out the exhaust. So that tells me too much gas is going in and it's running rich. So with that being said, I'm gonna try to get the tuner back on it. Mind you guys, it been 3 different tuners. So with 3 different tuners, that been $1,400 that I've spent, and still having a problem with my spark plug. I drove it to Butler. To get the alignment done, and I said they did a pretty good job because it's lined up pretty good. The wheels are straight. Steering wheel is almost like dead center. So that's a pretty good job. But anyway, what I'm finna do now, since I got time to waste waiting on other people, why not test fit my wheels? I need to see if these 24s gonna fit. See if there's anything on the here that I need to cut. So that's what I'm about to do. Put the 24s on and see if they'll fit. Close. I had to let it down, you know, off the jack. Once I put both sides on, I'm gonna put this side on, and then I'm gonna let it down so we can see how it look. I'll cut y'all back on. Okay, we're back on the driver's side, and I'm telling you, that is close right there. So I already know when I turn that wheel, what's gonna happen. So I can turn it while it's up on the jack. Let's see. Yep, right there on it. So I'm gonna let it down and see what we got. This is what I was afraid of though. Let it down so I can take a good measurement of it. Well, I did crank the car up, but I didn't record it because the car is really loud. And as I tried to turn these 24s, of course it's touching that. The car is low. The car loads are not spent all the way up, so you really don't see no space between here. So I hope when I lift it up that will give me some clearance right there, because on both sides it touched the plastic piece right there. And I really don't want to cut that, but I'm afraid I might have to cut somewhere. So I'm gonna jack it up a little bit, play with the coilovers, and unfortunately I'm on an uneven pavement. My driveway is like downhill, so it don't give me no, I can get it close. But you know I gotta check my man out.
Coilovers.
He know what he was doing.
Coilovers QA1. And so yeah, if y'all didn't catch that video, go back and check.
So I'll continue to watch him and see what he did. He'll give us some pointers. He always do. My man 87 SS, he always has some good ideas. So let me finish playing with the coilovers, and I'm gonna see if I can get that turning radius. Okay, I'm having a hard time. I removed the plastic piece that goes right there. Yeah, that piece. I removed it just to see how close I am to the metal. and I'm right there on it. And I thought I was doing something wrong, but I come to find out my size tires, I got a 275, 25, 24. I look at some people cars, they got the 245 and 255, 30, 24. So I got these big tires and didn't know that when I ordered them, but now I got to deal with them. So I just cranked the car up, of course, and I had to move it. And so that's how close I am to that metal. I can trim a piece of the metal off, but I also got to trim that plastic piece. So for anybody that got these size tires on there, it's gonna be some trouble back here in the back and trouble up here in the front. Well, I had no choice but to cut some of that off. So now I gotta grind it down, and I'm gonna give it that first test fit. Make sure it look good, it don't look bad. Just keep in mind, this is plastic, so you don't have to put it on the grinder for that long. And I cut a little bit off there, messed it up pretty much. I'm gonna grind that smooth too, but I gotta take the towel before I just grind that to a smooth curve. So I'm gonna put this up here. And there we go. Don't look bad. It matches with the fender right there, the top piece of the fender. And it's missing the tie. That's all I wanted. Okay, let me button this side up and move to the next side. Okay, I got the passenger side all buttoned up. I put a little marks on that, but that's gonna be eliminated. So I'm actually on the back. And looking at the back, I mean, I know I remember doing a frame notch when I had the frame off, but with the frame off, you really don't have no measurements of how far you should go back on the frame notch. So if you can look in there, if you see where the notch is right here, and that's how the tire clear. It's okay on this side, but up here in the front, it's touching the tub. So I'm gonna see that I take a hammer and just knock the tub back, because it's right up on the tub. The tire won't even move. But on the other side, when I did my measurements trying to see if my rear end is straight, this is as close as I ever gotten the rear end to be straight. 1 inch between the tire and the frame on body of the car. 1 inch and an eighth. Yeah, 1 1/8, and on the other side is 1 inch exactly. So this one probably need to come up 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch. I'm gonna have to take the lower control arm off, screw it up so this will meet 1/8 of an inch, and that really matters. And I'm gonna tell you why it matters. A is not on the tub over here, but when I take this tire back off, I'm gonna knock that tub in with the hammer. That 1/8 of an inch pull right here is gonna help me back here, where I didn't have measurements, and when I frame notched it, that is right on the frame notch. It's actually missing it. If you can see that, it's actually missing it, but taking that up 1/8 of an inch, I'll feel better. So that's what I have to do in the back. Got the front on, now it's time to work on the back. And before I trim that frame notch again, I was out here doing some cutting. As you see, I got the blanket all covered up in the rear. So before you do any cutting back here, make sure you cover that gas tank, that fuel tank, at all costs. So let me move this out of the way, and I can move the boxes. But before I put some cuts in this to pull that back, I'm just gonna cut it there and push it back. Before I do that, I came up with the idea the tires I have, they're extra big tires. I like them, but I wish I could have got another style of tire. So what I'm doing now is, let me show you. See if you can see that. So I put those splits right here in my fender, all the way down. Call myself rolling the fender. but I use it to, instead of just rolling it, let me get down here so I can show you. I cut it, then I'm tapping it up, which is just as good because I don't have no roller. So I just cut some splits in it, and then I take my little mallet and tap it up. So I stop right here so I can show you guys. But I got something else to show you. Let me cut you off and cut you back on. This right here is full way. I have another set of Lexani. Y'all remember these wheels? I hadn't put them on my car. But anyway, these tires are the same size. 275, 25, 24. And look, they got that nice little round, you know, they rounded off on the edge and not squared like these. So I'm thinking about switching these tires off those rims and putting them on those rims. Switching those tires off those rims and putting them on the G-body. And if I'd have done that earlier, I wouldn't have had to cut that stuff in the front, down there in my lower fender. I won't have to do anything until that frame notch, because these tires are just made different. This is a wider version of the same size tire, and that's a shorter version of the same size tire. Now, switch the tires around, and I don't have to do no more cutting. I wish I would have thought about that before I started doing all that cutting. It's gonna cost me a pretty little penny to put those tires on those rims and put those tires on those rims. But it's okay because I don't have to buy another set of tires. And I don't have to do no more cutting to make these big tires fit. We'll see how it works though.